Hi, this is Andy, and today I'm going to talk about how we can use the Juniper PyEZ library to build a real-time SRX application reporting tool. Okay, so basically this is a web-based tool. You can run it on MacBook or a VM or Windows. Okay, and the idea is you can retrieve the SRX application data, giving a host name, right, and then the login, and then the password, right. Okay, and after that, it will get the real-time application data and build the reports. So you can see all the application is running on the box. You can sort them and by application, sessions, or risks, right? So there are different categories. And you can also choose some of the application you can see from here and move it to a policy. Okay, so I want to bot like this high risk application, and it will generate the the policy for you and confirm and then send it to the SRX firewall. Now the reports we build is we see all the application. These are the web-based application that use HTTP and SSL and HTTPS. And we can also show the application groups, right? So it shows the number of session and the volume of the the relationship between application groups. So we can actually see it better with the flow chart. Okay. So so there's a web application, and under web there is a bunch of social networking infrastructure, and then under that there is the specific, for example, LinkedIn and Facebook application. So it shows the relationship of the groups. And there's also a number of chart you can look at, bar chart, right? The top 15 application. You can change it. I want to see, for example, top 30. We'll show that to you. Okay. And of course, pie chart, right? Is the same application present in the pie format. You can also see the bubble chart. So basically, it's it's supposed to be the volume, right? The volume of this application related to the size of the application. Okay, in this bubble chart. Okay, so and we can also see the different characteristic of this application in pie chart, right? So there is the different categories of the characteristic. These some of them is, for example, P2P is categorized of loss of productivity and can lead information, etc. Right? And we also can categorize these applications, right? So this is based on our signatures categories, and then we also have some subcategories, right, from the application signatures. Okay, so and then you can also build a PDF file, right? And right now, if you run the PDF generation program, it will store this into a directory. Okay. So there's a report directory, and then it will all have all these different pages, and you can actually look at them, right? So these are the reports we build. So but right now, we instead of building one big report, actually we have to build a separate report. Okay, so this is something we need to maybe improve it. Okay, so how do we build this application? Okay, it's quite straightforward. Okay, so in the let me just. Okay, so first thing you should go to this GitHub. Okay, GitHub/AndyLearn SRX report. Right, and what you can do is you can clone. Okay, this Git. Okay, save the link and go to the directory, and then git clone with link, right? and then return, and it will clone all the source into this directory. Now, okay, let's go back to this GitHub, right? And if you put down, there's actually the instruction how you can run and build, right? So if you run it on a MacBooks, you need to install a MongoDB. So you have to manually start the MongoDB, and then you will run the program. The program's name is called app.py. Now on Ubuntu, when you install MongoDB, it becomes a daemon process, and you can just run Python and then app.py. Okay. Installation is there's two ways. You can do it with the Vagrant and VirtualBox, or you can manually build all the Python library on your native machine, like on your MacBook, right? So let me show you the easy way to do that. Is now you can see the source is not a lot, right? So basically, after you clone the GitHub, you have this SRS report directory, and then you can cd to the SRS reports, and you can see all the source file, right? And the runtime is called app.py. Okay, so so how do we so after we get all the source, how do we build this code, right? So you can see there's a Vagrant file in the there's a Vagrant file in the directory. So the idea is on your native Windows or MacBooks, you should install a program called Vagrant, right? And then the other thing you want to install is VirtualBox. Okay, so if you have not installed Vagrant before, you can just search for Vagrant, right? And then you can actually download the different version and install on your machine. That is pretty fast. Okay. The other thing is a VirtualBox. So VirtualBox, right? And this is also a freeware, and you can download the latest version of the VirtualBox. You can go to download here, right? So for example, I'm on a MacBook, I can download for the OS X host, and if you have Windows, for example, okay. So after you have these two software download and install, you can just run this Vagrant. And up, okay. So it's basically following the step 4 here, right? Install Vagrant, VirtualBox, clone, and then do Vagrant up. Okay. So what you do after Vagrant up is it will download the two image on the on your VM, on the VirtualBox VM, right? The first image is a Ubuntu image called NDO. The second image is the SRX file, but actually you do not need the SRX file in order to run the NDO, right? The NDO can connect to any running SRX that has app track and also netconf enable. Okay, so so while it's doing this, we can actually look at the SRX configuration. Okay. Okay, so while we are downloading all the VMs, right? Let's go to the SRX platform. Okay, so I'm looking at the SRX 240. I just log in. So there are a couple of things you want to do. So if you look at the configuration. Okay, the first thing in the configuration is you need to enable netconf, right? So under service, you want to enable netconf SSH, right? So that's number one. Now the other thing is you will need to enable application tracking. So that is enable per zone, right? So let me go to the policy zones. Okay, so under the zones, you can see that now my trust zone, right? I enable the application tracking, so just one line. Okay, so the idea is if you have this enable running on the SRX, so service application identification, so there's a command you can run, right? And you should be able to see all these statistics about the application and application groups on box, right? So here we go, right? So what type of application is running right now, and these are the session and the byte information. Now the other thing is the application groups. So here is the command we can get all this related grouping information, right? So we call the Juno's web messaging mail, for example, right? Okay. So and after you confirm, SRX is enabled, it is ready, to retrieve this information from our program. Okay. So right now it's continue. Okay, I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Okay, so we are back, and you can see after we run the Vagrant up, it has installed the NDO and the SRX virtual machine. Okay, so in this case, we only care about the NDO for now, right? So what we can do is we do the Vagrant SSH NDO. We will be logged into the Ubuntu VM, okay? Now the other thing is, so there's nothing here, but actually we can go to /Vagrant, and you can see all the file is mounted under the /Vagrant. So at this point, we can run the program, right? app.py. So we do Python app.py, which is the program name. Now there's a bug right now. You can see it say it's missing the PyMongo library. So somehow our script did not install PyMongo, but it's okay. We can do this right now. We can do studio Mongo, I think something like this. Install. Okay. Okay, so it's doing the PyMongo thing, right? And it's running, and it's done. Okay, it's pretty fast. So now we can run the Python app.py. Okay. And it's running. Okay, so now we can actually go to the Vagrant file, right? Before we look at this, we look at the Vagrant file in our source code. Right? One thing we have done here is we map the 5,000 port to the host machine 1500 ports. So what we can do is we can go to a localhost, right? And voila. Okay. So I have to mention that PyEZ helped me to build this Vagrant file. So PyEZ is from the automation team, right? So now basically we are done, right? And to run the right now is, you can see the report is empty, right? So there's nothing here. There's no graph to see, right? So what we need to do first is to retrieve the signature from the SRX. So we go to the build, right? And we get the update signature from the SRX. So this is my box. And now this actually takes maybe 5 minutes or so, right? The idea is you get the latest and greatest FID 2.0 signature from the SRX. So I have to mention we tested on the 12.1x47 or release. So that has the